Just organizationally, I started my career at Citibank when at the time they were the largest bank in the world, had offices in 103 countries, 300,000 employees, et cetera. And I've worked in startups, like three guys and an idea and a little seed capital. So I've worked in all size organizations. And the one thing I come away with is every organization has a culture. It's unique to that organization. Usually it's top down. The Greeks have an expression, a fish stinks from the head down, but that's true. But every organization has a culture. The culture of the CIA is different than any other organization I've ever worked with. And the reason is that there's so little they can say to the outside world that they end up, it's like a family. Everybody's their own frame of reference. You can talk more freely to your fellow agency operatives or analysts, or as the case may be, than you can to your spouse. And so that creates a very insular world where when you're at headquarters and you're talking to peers, you feel like you're in a family, but when you go outside, it's like, well, I can't talk about that, or I can't say that, or whatever. So there's a very strong internal culture. Having said that, you're also trained to be aware of what's called social engineering, which is there's a Starbucks on the main floor at CIA headquarters in Langley, and I've heard, I can't prove it, but I've heard it's the busiest Starbucks in the world, highest revenue Starbucks in the world, because it's open 24 hours a day, and you got a lot of caffeine junkies, and they're working 24 hours a day, or somebody's working, so this place is always, and I'm the kind of guy, I guess other people are saying, you're standing in line, you might chat with the person next to you, hey, nice day, what do you do, whatever. Well, you're taught to view that with suspicion. You're like, well, why does this person ask me what I do? Are they out of their lane? Is this a mole trying to pick my brain, follow me? And so there's a certain amount of paranoia, well-intentioned paranoia that goes along with so you have this family community where you can only talk to each other, but then you're trained to be suspicious of each other because you don't know who Aldrich James is. And then there's finally compartmentalization, which kind of goes to the social engineering thing I mentioned, which is, just because you have, beyond top secret, security clearances you wouldn't believe, doesn't mean you get to poke around. You have to start with a security clearance. That's the first hurdle. But then you have to have what's called a need to know. Like, why are you asking? And then if you can get over that, you get what's called read in. So you're read into the program. Maybe now you have access to something. But, I would do research and I would want to know something legitimately. But but if I wasn't kind of read into that program, you had to ask permission. You had to go to a security officer. You had to be a waiting period. And then they come back and say, okay, you can see this. But you can't just troll through the Kennedy assassination files just because you're curious. So I would say those cultural markers of a kind of a bubble, closed circuit family, very tight knit on the one hand, but trained to be suspicious on the other, amplified by compartmentalization, makes it a unique culture.
Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I'm just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
This course has been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just in overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you gotta pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.